Welcome to GAU Weekly News. I am your host, Eric RickityBeans Rubino, and I'm here to bring you the latest and greatest gaming news from the past week. Today is February 18th, 2014, and let's get right into it. The Titanfall Beta is open to everyone on PC as long as you sign up, and all you have to do is go on your Xbox One and download it. We just had a podcast on it. It's awesome. Check it out. It's our Titanfall Beta impressions on YouTube. Also, Totalbiscuit kind of got in some YouTube mess this week, or for the past couple weeks. He's been in a lot of it. He published an email showing that his Guise of the Wolf copyright strikes were in fact issued by the developers despite their denials. They said to cease and desist or they will pull their lawyers on him, but little did they know that Totalbiscuit works for Polaris, so they have a fat chance of having that happen. This is just a whole string of problems with this YouTube and copyright stuff. It needs to be figured out and fast. Something new happened on Steam this week. Valve introduced Steam tags, and shortly after they added the ability to report Steam tags because people were making some horrible tags for some crappy games. But in still staying with that Valve news, Gabe Newell was just on Reddit. He made a post himself after there was claims that their VAC, basically their anti-hacking programs, were stealing data from their users. He said, you know, trust is the biggest thing in multiplayer gaming, and you have to trust us when we say that we are not checking out what porn sites you go to or anything else like that. It's good that somebody from Valve, Gabe Newell, will go on Twitter himself and say something like that. It's just impressive. Something that's is really impressive, the PS4 is #1 in sales for next-gen consoles. In the month of January, they nearly doubled the nearest competition, which would be the Xbox One. Nearly doubled. Don't make sure you hear what I'm saying here. But some Wii U and 3DS news. Little Mac is confirmed for Super Smash Bros. We kind of saw this coming. Nevertheless, it's exciting that they keep announcing new characters. But speaking of characters, the one and only Master Chief himself, the voice of him, claimed that Halo 5 is not coming this year. But he did say that Halo 2 Anniversary will be. So Halo 2 Anniversary can hold us over until we get Halo 5 on our Xbox Ones. But something that we're not going to get is Borderlands 3. Apparently, Gearbox is not making this IP. They are choosing to make two different ones, two brand new ones, instead of making Borderlands 3. I'm kind of okay with this. We're going to get Tales from Borderlands from Telltale Games. They can make new IPs. I like new IPs. But another sequel, Dark Souls 2, got its rating. It's teamed by the ESRB. This is kind of a shock. Dark Souls was rated M. It's definitely a violent game. I'm wondering why. I'm thinking gore isn't that severe, and other than that, there's not much to it. Something that's really cool in Minecraft, the City Council of Brisbane has completed a 2-scale map of the Australian city. This shows how impressive Minecraft really is. Also, Council of Brisbane is really cool that they make video games like that. You can tour their city without actually going there. But in new game news, Chroma is announced by Rock Band and Guitar Hero creators Harmonix. This is a free-to-play rhythm-based shooter. Your guns are basically instruments in a way, and you create a song if you want with your team. It is really interesting that you can kind of create a music and shooting mechanic. We've seen it before, but not in the first-person sense. This is going to be a really interesting game. Finally, South Park Stick of Truth is coming. It has gone gold. I am so excited for this. It means it's officially on its way after 2-3 years of delays and having no idea what's going on. It's finally coming. The first 13 minutes are up on YouTube. If you want to check out the game, it looks exactly like an episode of South Park, and I love it. But another thing that I love and is near and dear to me is GTA Online. Turns out their microtransactions made nearly $66.4 million in 3 months, according to Reddit. This is really interesting. People are claiming, you know, microtransactions, we don't want them, but clearly people want them in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you break down the amount of money they made and the amount of copies they sold, it's basically equivalent to $2 per person who bought the game. which means I haven't bought anything. I don't know anybody who's bought anything, but some people clearly have. Well, that's all the news that we have for GAU Weekly News. Make sure you check us out on gamersrus.com, subscribe to our YouTube down below, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and that's all I got for you. I'm your host, Eric RickityBeans Rubino, and game on.